Hi and welcome back. In order to prepare dynamic project dashboards, you do not necessarily need to use VBA, pivot tables, or slicers. There are other workarounds which could get you the same results. For example, from the drop-down list here, if I pick another project, as you can see, all the information on the screen will be updated. Let's go and select another project, for example, project number 9. Or maybe let's select project number 7. In this example, we have the quarterly expenses for our project for all the 4 quarters in a year. And all the data is taken from this sheet. We have 10 projects for 4 quarters of a year. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to prepare such a dynamic dashboard without using VBA, pivot tables, or slicers. So let's get started. In order to get started with preparing your dashboard, the first thing is to have a drop-down list for the names of our projects. To do so, we will go to Data. From here, we will go to Data Validation, and we will select List from here. And for the list, we will select the source from the data that's shown in here. The names of the projects. And I'll click OK. So now I have a drop-down list from where I can pick a project, for example, project number 4. The next thing is the information that I want to see for each of the projects. In our case, we will see the quarterly expenses of a project. So in here, I'll write down equal sign, and from the data sheet, I'll select this cell. I'll drag it down up to quarter number 4. Now, as I select a project from here, the information in here should be fully dynamic, and the charts on the right here should be dynamic as well. To accomplish this, I will use a combination of index and match functions. So in this cell, I'll write down equal sign, index, and for the index, we will select the array. Our array is the information in these cells. So once I pull the values down, these should not move. So I have to lock both the columns and the rows in this. To do that, I'll press F4. Now, comma. Next thing is I'll write down match, open parenthesis. I'll go to sheet number 1. So the first thing that I want Microsoft Excel to match is the name in here. So the value for quarter number 1 should be shown in front of quarter number 1. So as I'm going to pull this down, I won't lock the column and the row in here. Now this should be matched to the value in the data sheet. I'll write down comma, I'll go to data sheet. From here, I'll select this range. And in order for the range to not move downwards and to the right, I'll lock these cells too. I'll press F4. I'll write down comma. For the exact match, I'll write down 0. I'll close parenthesis. Again, comma. Again, I'll write down match. In here, I'll go to sheet number 1. The next thing that Excel should match is this value in here. I'll press F4 in order to lock this cell. I'll write down comma. The next thing is I'm going to select the range where the Excel should look for this value. I'll go to data and I'll select this range. Again, I will lock the rows and the columns in here. So I'll press F4. I'll write down comma and 0 for exact match. I'll close the parenthesis once and twice. And now I'll press enter. So as you can see in here, for project number 5, the cost for quarter 1 is 6,200. Now let's go and see. For project number 5, in quarter number 1, the cost is 6,200. I'll pull this down. Now if I go and select another project, for example project number 3, as you can see for quarter number 1, 9,800, and then 3,650, and so on. Let's cross-check this data with our first sheet. For quarter number 1, project 3 is 9,800. So for project 3, quarter number 1, the value is 9,800. Now once this is done, the next thing is to have the line chart and the pie chart. In order to create those charts, I'll select the values in here, go to Insert. From here, I'll go and select the first line chart. So if I go and select, for example, project number 6, as you can see, the line chart will be updated as well. In the same way, we can insert a pie chart for this. Go to insert. From here, I'll select the pie chart. From the design, I'll add the data labels in the center. I'll format the data labels to show the percentages. From here, I'll select the category name and the percentage. I will uncheck the value. Close this. As you can see in here, for each quarter, the amount of expenses is shown in terms of percentage. If you update this and select another project, as you can see, all the information will be updated. If you enjoy our content, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and following us on Instagram and LinkedIn. Thank you very much for watching.